So today we're going to be checking out this old action cam that I got. It's a very old action cam, as a matter of fact. I don't even remember the name of it, to tell you the truth. But we're going to check it out because we got a new one on the way that's very inexpensive from Amazon, and we're going to review it. So let's see just how this works out for us all. Hopefully hopefully this gets us some decent footage. I got some really cool mounts coming for this thing. So let's adjust this camera down. There we go. All right. I think that's gonna work. I wish I could change my settings while the bike mounted camera was working, but I can't. Well, listen to that start right up. All right. So we are on the 2003 Buell XB9R. I'll let it warm up here for a minute. And my name is Mike. This is Revved with Mike. Revved Up with Mike, actually. I got to remember that myself. My new channel, Revved Up with Mike. And we're going to do a lot of vlogging, a lot of reviews of products, and this is just a test run to make sure that our gear is going to work properly. Now, this isn't the helmet that I'm normally going to wear. We're going to be wearing a totally different helmet in this one, but this one has a pretty good Bluetooth system in it, so that's why we're using this right now. We're going to run over and get some petroleum here, and then this vlog a little bit, tell you about myself, about the bike that we're going to be riding most of the time, and hopefully you guys will enjoy this channel and come along for the ride. All right. Finally a beautiful day, and I just got through shooting some of my guitar review videos. Wanted to take a little ride here and see if this equipment's going to work right, because I am not totally sure that everything is up to par, up to snuff. So we always want to give it a little test. I did repack this exhaust, brand new exhaust on it, slip-on, and I did repack it anyhow with some different packing last couple days. Took a couple days ago, I guess. I want to see if it's going to help or hinder the performance at all, because I am not sure. Does sound very good though. So we are in upstate New York. This is Carthage, New York. This is beautiful riding weather today, actually. And I mean, this thing's not even warmed up yet, and it seems like it's definitely running a lot better. I say running better. You know how it is when you get your air and fuel gets messed up from different pipes. So definitely a good looking bike. We're going to go over this bike in depth. Definitely a good looking bike. I always wanted a Buell. Used to service them years and years ago, back when they came out. And never owned one. Used to test drive them, put them together, ride them, put them on the showroom floor. That was my job. And never owned one though. So now, here we are, years later, and I have one. And it's got about 21,000 miles on it. And I'm digging it, digging the handling. Remembering the handling. It's a lot different than my Busa was, a lot different than my RC51. The RC51 was a handling machine, and I gotta tell you, this is really close. It's that short little wheelbase and that low center of gravity Weighs right around 385 pounds. Close to 1,000 cc's. And of course, we can't move very quickly around this town because apparently they do 20, but hopefully we can get out on the road and actually do some riding. And I have a bunch of action cams. We're going to be running all around this bike. But we're just giving these two a test today. I want to make sure this cam's going to work as a secondary camera. And then I got some interesting mounts that are going to be going on the other helmet. And hopefully one day we get a 360 camera that we can review. At least that's the hopes. Let's get up here and get some petroleum. How you doing? I'm going to do 8 on 8.
8?
Yep.
On 8. Do you need your receipt?
Yes, please. Thank you so much. You have a great day. And boom, are we back into it? Yes, we are. There we go. Okay. Hopefully we didn't lose our Bluetooth communication. And now, I gotta figure out what pump we're using here. Of course, we put in the good stuff. There we are. One thing about fueling up these bikes, I hate getting gas all over. Ugh, drives me nuts. We got a little one-lunger over there. Dirt bike. This is a dirt bike capital around here, apparently. Watching these dirt bike guys around here right on the street gives me the heebie-jeebies. There we are. $8. Woo, man, I hit that one right on the head. Filled right to the top. Sometimes you get used to your bike. You know how much fuel it needs. All right. And he went around a little, just a little itty bitty slow speed here, putting his feet right down like he's gonna wipe out. Doesn't give you that warm, cushy feeling watching people who can't ride. As I drop my glove. All right, let's reset the trip. Oop, there we are. Tripometer reset. Contact. Ooh, she started so nice. All right. Hopefully this thing's still recording. Let's do this thing. Funny listening to watching other people on V-Twins look at this thing and they try to figure out why it sounds like this. It's actually pretty hilarious. Tell you one thing right now, we got this is pulling a little harder with that exhaust packed, a little more low end torque. I think I like that. Nice, bright, sunshiny day, as you can see in the camera. All right, so anyhow, let's get into the story. This is a 2003 Buell XB9R that I purchased in Lafayette, New York. Had to ride about an hour and a half away to get it. And I purchased it from a kid, very respectful kid, who was kind of reluctant to sell it, honestly. But he did, and I am happy that he did. And had a lot of things done to the bike. Has had a total repaint. They wanted it yellow. I think it used to be red, white, and blue. They wanted it yellow, so they painted it yellow, him and his dad. It has new brakes all the way around it, new clutch, and it was in really good shape. And I have since put in well over, well, probably about 1,500, maybe even $2,000 worth of upgrades in carbon fiber parts. Full tune-up, royal purple engine oil and primary oil. And then we did the carbon fiber frame covers and carbon fiber belt cover and carbon fiber oil cooler cover and Ducati style mirrors that are really cool that flip down into wings, which I love, that they said couldn't fit, but we make them fit. I do have a new windscreen on the way, a double bubble zero gravity windscreen, and not because I wanted to put one on. I actually do want one, but I had an excuse to buy one because I actually cracked this windscreen by accident. Yeah, so that sucks. As you can see, my levers are two different colors, titanium on the right, and then we have a red one on the left end. Now, that's because they sent me the wrong freaking levers, and the levers didn't fit the clutch side like it was supposed to, as in the description. So I ended up getting a refund on those, and I ended up keeping the one lever. But so now I'm going to track down another set of levers, put those on. E3 plugs were running in it, and new wires. I got a new Leo Vince style exhaust on it. That's what I'm running right now. It's actually a knockoff exhaust, carbon fiber, real carbon, very light, stainless steel and carbon fiber. And I'm kind of liking how it sounds. I think it sounds pretty good. Did you hear me squeak? There's a little puberty going on right there. And I'm liking how it sounds. I think it was too little back pressure. So I've played with the ECU a little bit. We do have a race ECU on this with Buell Tooth. If you're not familiar with Buell Tooth, you can do all your tuning right through your Android phone. That is right. Very cool. Air fuel curves, you name it, throttle body reset, everything. See all my values, O2 sensor values, you name it. So very cool. I got the suspension dialed in. Tires are really decent on it. However, he was a straight line rider, obviously, because it's got a little flat spot in the center, where I tend to wear them out on the sides a little quicker. And that's what that's about. Man, this is night and day from the other day when I rode after packing that exhaust a little more. We're still in the learning mode for the ECU too. I'm in closed loop, but it's relearning because I've reset a lot of perimeters. So yeah, I've done a lot to this bike. Actually, a lot more than I even remember. It's got brand new headlights in it. Probably the cheapest thing I've ever bought for a motorcycle was the high beam for this. It was $6. I couldn't believe it. I happened to have one right on the wall when I walked into Watertown Power Sports. They didn't even know they had it. They looked back and said, whoa, looks like Drake Specialties old stock. And there it was, $6, $5.95. What I really like about these bikes is the torque's nice. This is the 9. A lot of people love the 12s. 12s are fantastic. They are more powerful than this. Out of the box anyhow. They're more powerful than this. This one isn't too bad once you get the tuning down. You can run right with the 12. But a lot of people don't like to hear that. You just don't like to hear that when you have a 12. But handling wise, this is going to handle a little better. It's a little lighter. Depending on who's riding it, of course. Big perimeter brake. If you're not familiar with these bikes, got a big perimeter brake on the front wheel. Goes around the whole outside of the wheel. Great stopping power. And then our fuel tank. It's got fuel. This is not a fuel tank right here. This is actually an airbox cover because it requires massive amounts of air because of the valve train on these bikes. These valve trains on these bikes
were developed by NASCAR. A lot of people don't know that. And when they said, hey, build us a valve train, NASCAR said, okay, but you're going to need some way to get the air. So they had to make one big air box, which left them no choice but to put the fuel in the frame. That's right, the aluminum frame on this is the fuel tank. And then the swing arm, your oil for the engine, is in the swing arm. Very, very cool, very trick, even by today's standards. This is a bike that gets mistaken a lot for a Ducati, even though it says Buell very blatantly on the tank. A lot of people have never heard of Buell, Eric Buell. These bikes, they're no slouch, but they're no extreme powerhouse either. They're really good track bikes because they make a lot of torque and grunt off of curves. Top end is not good. It could be good. That is the sad part. They could have a decent top end. They lack a sixth gear. For the life of me, I don't know why they didn't develop all the trouble they went through with these bikes. I don't know why they didn't develop an airbox or a transmission that had a 6-speed instead of a 5-speed. Right around 140 is all you're going to get out of this, and that's tacking out. So, and that's if they're running right, spot on. So I've seen close to that on this one. That's all I needed to see. Don't get me wrong, if I had another gear, I probably would have kept going, but I just don't have that extra gear, and I don't like running those RPMs. So that's the thing. So another gear would have made these really, really stout. Issues with these bikes, well, they did some stupid engineering on these things too. The way the starter's in the bike, you got to get into the primary to change the starter. It's just a lot of goofy things that they didn't have to do. I don't see why they would have had to do it, but they did. A lot of misconceptions about this bike. That they're Sportster engines. They're not Sportster engines. There's no parts on this engine that fit on a Sportster. Different primaries, different valve train. Everything's different. So no, they're not the same. A lot of people like to say that. I don't know where they come up with it. This is not. Now, they used to be. Maybe that's why. When Eric Buell used to use Sportster engines for these, that is not what these are. We're running right around 60 miles an hour, a little less than $3,000 right now. Apparently, I have a car on my ass behind me, or a truck. That's what's nice. You just touch the throttle up a hill, big steep hill too, and it goes. A lot of straight roads around here, but we got some curvy ones if you want to take a little drive to get to them. A little ride, if you will. So we're just going to roll on the throttle, go around this car. We're just behind this truck. There we are. So that was a quick 85, I think, up that. Running about. And you're always behind people. That's the problem when you're on a bike. It seems like you're always behind somebody. Even after you pass them, you're still behind somebody else. Especially in upstate New York. They don't have the best, well, you know, I guess you could say that about all the United States now, right? Americans aren't the best drivers in the world, that's for sure. Europe's a different story. Because, you know, they drive fast all the time. Here, it's kind of fat and leisurely. You know what I mean? They like to sit in their armchair and drive. You were reading some statistics the other day about the UK. Man, a lot of motorcycle riders in the UK. A lot. They know what they're doing. Unlike here. So what do you guys think? You like those mirrors? I think they're pretty trick. I really do. I really like those mirrors a lot. Hopefully that zero gravity, it's a double bubble that's coming for windscreen. I was going to do carbon fiber windscreen. It's actually cheaper, but it was a factory style, just like this one. So I decided to go with a double bubble. It's got a little more racier look, I think. Everything doesn't need to be carbon fiber. I mean, if they made a double bubble that was carbon fiber, I would have bought it, but they didn't. No. I can't wait to get the other helmet on. This is a Harley Davidson helmet, full face Harley Davidson helmet with Bluetooth. That's what I'm using right now to communicate to you. I don't know how it sounds, but it's not the most comfortable helmet in the world, I'm not gonna lie. It's quite heavy. And not because the GoPro's on it. I mean, the helmet's a modular, but it's freaking heavy. A lot of wind noise, a lot of tapping from things flapping. Very expensive helmet, very expensive. Just, I don't know. I think I was expecting more. I figured if Harley Davidson is making a modular helmet or having somebody make a modular helmet, they would have did a good job. I was wrong. I was very wrong. I don't recommend this helmet whatsoever. And honestly, it doesn't even look that good. But I bought it for the Bluetooth system. So I don't know if I'm going to take the Bluetooth system out of this and put it in on the other helmet or not. I just don't know. Might just buy a whole new Bluetooth system for the other helmet. Maybe something even a little better. Especially if I'm going to be talking to you wonderful people up there in motorcycle land. So I got some guitar reviews done today, or a guitar review that I was started. If you guys are familiar with my Fulton Street Beats YouTube channel, I review guitars, a lot of inexpensive guitars, a lot of taboo knockoff Chinese guitars. That's great. And I review them for personal use in media, and I'll show you guys exactly what's out there as far as quality goes in the anti-snake oil market. You'd be surprised what you could get today for a very low cost. Very surprised. So if you haven't checked that out, check that out. Go on over, give it a like, give it a sub. And once again, my name's Mike, and this is Revved Up with Mike. Little twist of the throttle, he speeds up. That's funny. That's funny right there. So I just wanted to pass casually, but apparently he wanted to step on it. So that's what rednecks do. Mark 4,000 RPM, it was cutting out. And I'm going to give it a little twist up here, just to roll on and see if we still have that problem. I don't think we do. Let's see here. There we go. Let's see here. Oh, that's a much better, much better. Still a little bit, but a lot better. So when I repacked this exhaust, I was looking for the exhaust packing. And then somebody said, hey, you know they make a high temp insulation that's good for over 1,000 degrees. It's a lot better, it will last a lot longer and not retain any of the water. So I forget what they call it now, but I actually carried it at Lowe's and I had to search for it, and it cost me like 10 bucks. It's already round, so you just cut it down to fit to wrap around your baffle. So that's what I did. She's so torquey, so fun. Oh, and then I forgot, we got the Taylor 33 wheel stripes on this, reflective yellow. They glow. Well, they don't glow in the dark, they reflect. But when I say they reflect, brother, they reflect. Like, it looks like a Tron bike at night. When the headlights hit them or any lights hit them, it's like one of those Tron bikes. It's crazy, and I love it. Unless you're outrunning the cops. Did I say that? I do not encourage that, by the way. But that's what it looks like, a Tron bike. So we get this little ride in, our little jaunt, before we head back to the homestead to make sure all this stuff is working in conjunction with each other. So bear with me on this channel. I thought I'd take you right for the very first journey. Journey. I thought I'd take you to from the very first journey to So when we really get into the nitty gritty, you can see the channel transform, become better and better, kind of like we did with Fulton Street Beats from its infancy. I'm going to go this way because I don't want to follow those cars, to tell you the truth. My low end torque is so much better right now. Yeah, the low end torque on this right now is a lot better. I honestly think that the factory exhausts were pretty good on these bikes. They didn't look the best, but they really made power. They really knew, in the right spots, I guess you should say, without messing with the tuning. They made power in the right spots. Now, there's a lot of aftermarket exhaust for these bikes that like the Hammer, that makes a lot of power too. I'd like to get a Hammer exhaust, but they're very expensive. Hey Hammer, if you're listening, new channel, but it's going to grow fast. If you want to send me a Hammer exhaust, I'll do an install video. I know what I'm doing. Install video, a performance video, before and after video, and any videos you want. Yeah, the torque is so much better. I'm just basically rolling on the throttle gently, and she's pulling like a rape ape. I like that term, rape ape. I don't know who ever came up with that, but a rape ape. I don't know what a rape ape would run like, but I imagine if you raped an ape, it would be mighty scared of you. I'd be scared of you. Parts Brothers, I think they're closing down. Yeah, they got a for sale sign out there. Really good motorcycle guys right there. Guys, tell me what you think about the sound of this thing. Ooh, I was about to lift my shield when a big bug smacked me right in it. I wonder if you heard that thunk. Big old disgusting pussing guts. I hope this GoPro's picking up everything. Yeah. A little fast for the city, but just runs so nice right now. What do you do? What do you do, mama? So I'm getting this thing all set up because me and a buddy of mine, Scott, if you're listening, what's up, my brother? He is my brother currently because we are going on a journey together to see this great land of ours. Oh, that's a build-up right now. We're just going on a trip. We don't even know where we're going to go. I'd like to go visit that motorcycle museum. I forget the name of it now. Kaplan Motors there. Kaplan Cycles. I want to go visit. I want to meet him because I like that guy. I like him. He reminds me of me, to tell you the truth. No nonsense. Says it the way it is. Been riding for a long time. He's got a lot of cool shit, and he likes Buells. So I'd like to go check that out. And but we're gonna go, and my buddy's got his bike is it's a motorcycle with an identity crisis, a big identity crisis. It's a V-Strom. If you're not familiar with the Suzuki V-Strom, it's a 1000cc bike that identifies as an adventure bike, and then a little bit of dirt bike, and then a little bit of sport bike, and then a little bit of touring bike, and it does all of those things. I don't know if it does all of them well, but he has saddlebags, and I don't. So, Scott, that's why I chose you, buddy. He knows I'm kidding. I chose him because he's my best friend, and I didn't really choose him. We just do shit like that together. Try to have some fun once a year. We don't see a lot of each other anymore since we got older, and we'd like to do that. Get away from the wives and go have some fun. So that's what we're going to be doing. So I need this thing tip-top for our journey. I love that word today, journey. Just makes it sound so much more exciting for our journey together. And I just want it tip-top. So I'll do another oil change on it before we go. And hopefully it's going to be nice days, because if it rains, it sucks. Nobody wants rain on their adventure. But these things got clunky gearboxes.
clunky gearboxes, clunky transmissions. Let's look in the mirror. Look at me in the mirror. Oh yeah, I look good, like a supermodel. Woo! It reminds me of a saying in Silence of the Lambs. Oh yeah. So these bikes have a setting that you can go into on the ECU for a ramp out. And ramp out gives you more. If you take off your ramp out, it's supposed to give you a little more power, but I think you kind of lose some at the same time because it's not at the right RPMs. I was messing with that and I didn't like it. I need a dyno tune. If anybody out there wants to be a YouTube star and do a dyno tune on a Buell, if you got to know what you're doing, I don't want my bike blowing up, get a hold of me. We can hook that up, show off your business, and see what you can do. If I had to guess on horsepower right now with this, the way it's tuned right now, I'm going to guess right around 92. I'm going to guess 92 horsepower is what I would say. It's running good. It's running definitely better than it would be stock, for sure. The Supra coming down. Look at this Supra. That is nice. Oh, yeah, yeah. As my daughter would say, oh, yeah, yeah. Sounds so good. No, that's not what we say. It's not how you say it, Mike. You say it. That sounded so nice. That's how you say it. She sounded so nice. Yeah, this ECU's liking that exhaust the way it is right now. Be surprised what a little back pressure does. I mean, open exhausts sound great. They're not always the answer. Even the idling right now is better. Everything. Idling is right where it should be. I did a throttle body reset on this too, and I actually had to clean the hell out of the throttle body plate because she's sticking. Didn't realize it was sticking until I started getting in there. Oh, it's got a brand new K&N filter in it too, by the way. Well, remind me to tell you that story. Hey, Mike, tell them a story about the K&N filter. Thanks for reminding me. All right, I will. Don't mind if I do. Well, I went into, when I bought the bike, it had a K&N filter in it. So let me start there. It had a K&N rechargeable filter in it. And I went into Advance Auto to buy a recharge kit for the filter. No sense in buying a new filter when I could recharge it, and it didn't look that bad. And I did not know that K&N made, well, recharge kits for cabin filters that they call performance filters. So they come in a box that looks remarkably like a regular engine filter recharge kit box, and I bought the wrong box and proceeded to clean and oil, which wasn't oil, my K&N filter. But Mike, how did you not know it's not red? Well, there you go. I didn't know. And it isn't red because I didn't know, because I thought maybe they changed the formula, and as I was doing it, I'm like, why is this not red? So I did notice it wasn't red right away. But by that time, I had so much sprayed on the damn thing, and then I looked at the box, and I went over back to look at the box, and in little itty bitty letters underneath the words K&N Performance Recharge Kit, it said, cabin filter. Identifies cabin filter cleaner. So I didn't know if it damaged my filter at all, but I proceeded to take that filter very angrily, is that a word? And I threw it in the garbage and bought a brand new $80 K&N filter that was pre-charged and the correct kit. So K&N, what in the cracked out world is going on over there? Did you see that? There's somebody on some face-eating drugs back there. Woo! Yeah. Zombies. Maybe the apocalypse is starting. Did you see that shit? I don't know if you guys saw that shit or not, but we had she whacked right the fuck out. Anyhow, K&N. Use different boxes, bro. Don't. And here's another idea. Here's a better idea. Don't make freaking cabin filter cleaner. You're a performance filter company. You shouldn't be making cabin filter recharge kits. If you make cabin filters, that's fine, but I'll just buy a new filter.
for my cab. And you know what? We're on the subject. I don't think I've ever changed a cabin filter in my life because I think they're a little gay. I've been my whole life without filtering the air in my cabin. My entire life. I think I like the smell of race fuel and burning rubber. I guess we're just from different schools. And K&N's worrying me about what school they're from now. Anyhow, that's my story about the K&N filter. It was an expensive mistake. It's an $80, $90, $110 mistake. Then I had plug wires that I got for this. 10 or 10.5 performance wires that I bought for it that were junk right out of the box, and I had to tear the bike apart again, put different ones on, because those ones had a broken connection. Yeah, they just don't make things like they used to. What is going on today? The traffic doesn't match the time of day right now. The day doesn't match the traffic right now, so I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah, I'm glad I just thought about this ahead of time. I don't like to lay into curves right away. I've just cleaned my bike, and you get your tires can get a little slick. So we give them a little time. Oh, this road used to be so smooth years ago. We used to scream down this road. Not so much anymore because it's rougher than the hubs of hell. $30-mile-an-hour zone too, by the way. See how rough it is? So you gotta pick your line. You gotta pick your line. Oh, big hole. Big hole. Try to avoid that hole. That sucked. Yeah, definitely not a good knee-down road anymore unless you want to end up in the weeds. Oh God, it's rough. Very rough. This is the poorest mall in the nation, Salmon Run Mall. It has probably the most space not being used and the least amount of customers, but you have all these new Tesla charging things over here. I'll put my Tesla in now and see if it charges in 4 hours, 5 hours while I shop for Cinnabons. Oh, look, they must have a fair or circus coming to town because they're all parked at the mall parking lot. Huh. Why don't they just set it up here and bring more business to the mall? Maybe they're gonna. Oh, maybe they're gonna have the fair at the mall. That's actually a damn good idea. Damn good idea. Yeah, because the fair is normally in July, and it's not July. Oh, by the way, I did sequential turn signals also on this thing, which is pretty cool. Sequentials, Amazon specials, and probably way better than the factory ones, at least so far. At least so far. Look at this little Sonic. You know, that wing right there alone is worth a good 23, 24 horsepower on that little Sonic. You know, you need that downforce when you're running speeds like they run above 43, 44 miles an hour. You need that downforce on those things. Because they can get away from you. Got to hold that back end down. I'm surprised they're not running race tires. Maybe they are. I'm not sure. Whew, we see it all. We see it all.
Last car I had that had a wing on it was a Mercedes AMG. That was about 600 horse. Yeah, it was no slouch. Okay. We're going this lane. Maybe we're going this lane. Maybe we're going the other lane. This is so fun. Once again, we're just stretching the legs, checking the equipment, checking the exhaust, making sure the tune-up's on, spot on. Hopefully it is. Up here, they all have the ghosted out police cars. Like, you can't even tell they say police. They're all in black, and they hide their lights and everything else. Personally, I think that shit should be illegal. I think emergency vehicles should be clearly marked. In case there's an emergency and you need an emergency vehicle, you need to recognize them. I don't think a black car that says police in dark gray or black letters, ghosted out, should be legal in any free society. That's just my opinion. I think that is a police state vehicle, and I do not agree with it. And here comes an ambulance. You see, that's clearly marked with lights on the outside. Oh, why wouldn't police cars be clearly marked with lights on the outside? Very strange. There's a little Focus up here. I used to have a Focus years ago, an SVT Focus. Fun little car. No, it wasn't fast. It was an SVT Focus, but it handled good for the time period. All kinds of sirens going on. Been an accident up here or something. Nope, we got another one. That was a lot of wait for nothing. A lot of wait for nothing. So we're gonna have action cameras mounted all the way around this bike. So when we get out there and do maybe our track days or our back road days, you get all points of view, all kinds of perspective. Oh my God, she's running so nice and now. Can't even take it. Very excited when things come together. When a good plan comes together, as Hannibal would say. From the A-Team. If you're too young, you don't know that. The original A-Team, not that weird later on shit. A-Team would B.A. Baracus. B.A. stood for Badass Baracus. This thing's got some grunt. Easy grunt too. It's like you can go. You just go. You just torque her up and go. Would I want to race like my Hayabusa? Hell no. I tell you what, on the twisties, the Hayabusa's done for. Done for. You couldn't use the power. When I say twisties, I mean twisties, not. What the f is going on here? Nice to block off the road after you get over the bridge. That's one thing about a bike, though. We can always get through. We can always stop in front of that light. Everything's still recording good, though. We'll head back to the homestead take a nice little cruise back to Carthage. Check all the cameras, see if everything's working. No big adventures today. At least nothing's really creeping up on us, right? And hopefully this action cam's recording okay. I don't know what kind of battery it's got in it. The battery life is going to be in it. I got a brand new camera coming, and it was free. As of right now, this motorcycle channel doesn't have any content on it other than a community post. So please like, share, subscribe, get this channel kicking. We need to get 500 subs quick like. And then we'll move on to the thousands of subs. And that'll help me get you guys more products to review. So we're going to be doing an action cam. I can't even remember the name of it. It's being sent to me for free. It is from Amazon. It's a dirt cheap camera too, but I've learned to, just because it's dirt cheap, don't make it bad. But we'll see. I mean, it might be horrendous, and you'll get an honest review of it. But this one is, I'm not even going to tell you the price yet. You know what? I will tell you the price. It's under 40 bucks, and it has a front and rear screen, 4K, and are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Touch screen. Yeah. So you'd think if they're going to do all those little options on it, that they're going to give you at least. It says it has a Sony sensor in it too, so we'll see. Does it have a Sony sensor? We'll have to see. I think it's 4K. Even if it's not, even if it's a good 1080, because that's what I'm recording at 1080 right now on this, 60 frames a second. So I don't know what it's going to be. This is an old Akasa. Is that how you say it? I don't know. That was just kicking around. So we'll see how it records. But we might be using this as a secondary camera if it records okay. And hopefully we have a decent memory card in it. And then we have the phone down here that's recording. And hopefully that's recording. That always records good footage though, but I don't know how it's going to record facing up in the sky in the sun. I haven't tested that one out yet, so we'll see. You guys probably don't want to look at my mug anyhow, but the reason I'm using the phone is because that's connected directly to my Bluetooth right now. And the camera that's coming also has a microphone and a mic for inside of your helmet. So I don't need to run this Bluetooth system to talk to all of my favorite people out there. And I think that's pretty cool. You don't need it. I'm very excited to hear that. Like, all these options come with it. So I hope, like, I'd rather have a camcorder, an action cam with no options and a good picture. But if they're going to throw all these options at it, you'd think that they'd make it have a good picture, right? I have a theory, and we'll see if I'm correct. I have a theory that all the action cam prices are coming down because of all these 360 cameras that are coming out that are so freaking awesome. And man, I want one of those things because they are awesome. They really are. Talk about cool footage. You can make anything look good with those cameras. Even my ugly mug. I love this flip down inside shield in this though. I do like that. Because I like riding with my main shield up. I love the air. Oh yeah. Well, we got behind the truck. We got behind the truck, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that used to be the old Body Rock, the old Fat Boys. Many good drunken nights there. Now it's just a closed up barn. I don't know. All the good time, all the fun things in this town that people used to do are no longer available to do. We just got a high crime rate now with nowheres for anybody to go to pass their time away. So, you know, holy shit, turn it. Oh, fuck, man.
So as I was saying, there's no place for anybody to go to have fun anymore. And it's kind of sad. This guy is crossing the road and not even paying attention. That's okay, you moron. Fucking idiot. This is the type of people we have in this town. Cross the street at an angle, don't even look to where they're going. They think because they're wearing something bright, it's okay. And idiots. Watertown's the retard capital of the world, by the way. I'm just going to throw that out there, and I don't care who likes it. The city legislatures and the city council's a bunch of morons. They're on the take for millions of dollars. There, I said it. Asking for more and more money and not doing nothing. Hey, let's put a curb in the runabout and charge millions of dollars for it. Here, you take some, I'll take some. People will buy it. Let's put in swimming pools and multi-million-dollar swimming pools, but they're not multi-million-dollar swimming pools. That's the thing. So the money goes someplace. I may not be a mathematician, but my wife is. Oh, yes. There we go. Love the front brakes. Love the front brakes. Slow it down, mister. Slow it down, mister. See that cemetery? Those were all the people who speed down this road. Slow it down, mister. This used to be a fun road too, but they ruined this too. This is all rough down through here too. All the fun roads, they never took care of the roads, so you get down through there, they get all rough and ruddy. And you definitely don't want that on a motorcycle at high speeds. So yeah, fifth gear torque up a steep hill is awesome. Let's flip down the shield here so we can get a little bit of not watery eyes. You gotta watch people mowing their grass in the road too. They all do it. You come around a curve and you find all the shitty grass, fresh cut grass in the road. That's like very common in this area. And you see the ruts on all over the roads here, right? So you have to be careful. You got houses, you break over these hills, you don't know if somebody's pulling out of a driveway. You always got to be careful and mindful. Always pay attention to your surroundings. Focus, eyes forward, never in front of the bike on down straight. Always don't point. Look where you're going, guys. Number one rule of riding, look ahead to where you're going. Now there's a crazy little, see all the shit in the road? Crazy little chicane thing up on this other road that we used to take quite fast, and I honestly don't have the balls to do it anymore. I just don't. And we used to do it all the time, but I haven't done it in a long time, and it's scary because it's well, they've changed it, and the bottom of the hill, it bottoms you out a little bit, so it's a big load on the suspension when you bring, you'll see what I'm saying. The guy in this truck's moving along at a good clip. Must have saw me coming up behind him, he decided to get on it. That's cool. If he's seeing the road, that'd be even cooler. These chemtrails in the sky today, man, they're all spraying shit.
Can't be good for us. I remember when that was a conspiracy theory. Now they admit it. Well, sure we cloud seed. This bike is running so good. So this is what I'm talking about. See this 30 right here? And the little ziggly zoo? That's exactly, so you break around this curve this way, and then you switch back this way, and you come down with any speed. So I'm going a little quicker than I probably should be right now. You come down through, it's ruddy too, so there's like a little chicane, and then you come down. I'm not gonna run this really fast, and you come down again. Now down here is where you bottom out. So you break off, this is a knoll, whoa, you fly over it, whoa, stomach drops into a tight turn and a hit at the bottom. So, and then you can get on there a little bit coming down through here into a 30-mile-an-hour zone. So, it takes all the fun out of it, of course. Of course it does. But still, it used to be really fun until the bottom of that hill got so fucked up. Because it literally bottoms out your suspension in a turn as you're coming over the hoop-de-doo. I like to call it the hoop-de-doo. Hoosker-doos, hoosker-don'ts. Well, we have a package on the porch. I don't know what that is or why it's on the edge of my porch, but and there we have it, guys. We are back. The wife is not home either, so I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. So let me sign off. It was good to see you guys. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to Revved Up with Mike. And I'll be getting back at you soon. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. Peace. Bye.